I listened to it.
There you
I
go.
just got back from Florida.
Got
My
it.
back's killing me.
Thanks.
Going to make it out. Is that on the record? Can that be on the record?
I'd like to welcome everybody to the Morgan County Board of Commissioners meeting for September 2nd. If you'd all stand for Pledge of Allegiance and a prayer, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States
of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Bow your heads, please. Oh, gracious Heavenly Father, we just want to thank you for the cooler temperatures that you blessed us with this last week, Lord. We just ask that you please bless us with a little bit of rain because we know we need it and the farmers need it, Lord, if it's not too late. We thank you for all that you do for us, your guidance, your direction. Thank you for your love and your patience. But thank you most of all for that price that Jesus paid for us all. We ask it all in your name, Jesus. Amen. First order of business, Linda, I didn't see any holds on the claims, correct? Yep. We've all had it.
Makes a motion that we allow $7,488,428.29 be passed for payroll and accounts payable.
We got a motion by Mr. Curry to approve the claims. Do we have a second? Second by Mr. Adams. Any further questions from the board? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Turn it over to Ms. Ann on the ordinance for the park. It's the second reading. Do you have any questions for Ann on this? If not, I'd also entertain a motion on this one.
So I did note that there was a typographical error that needs to be made, but I understood that you all were mulling over some substantive changes with respect to the fifth member and wanted to make sure that we had a proper vote on that before I made a change to this. So what we would do today is go ahead and, if it's going where I think it's going, go ahead and approve this with the typographical correction to the commissioners instead of council on the final page, and then the substantive change for the fifth member, if somebody wants to make a motion phrasing that.
Brian Kyer will make that motion that we approve through the second reading, ordinance 2025-8, with section 2, number 3, stating the assessor, and section, below section 10, that it was passed by the commissioners of Morgan County.
That motion.
We got a motion and a second to go ahead and approve the second reading with the revisions. Any further questions from the board? Any questions from the audience? Not hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Next order of business, do you want to go ahead and make our appointments? We got 2 appointments. The commissioner, or the council has 2 appointments, and they don't meet till next Tuesday, I believe, right, Linda? Next Tuesday, yeah. Didn't know if you guys were ready on that or not, but if you are,
That I will throw out for everyone to look at. Daryl French and Tricia Runnigan. They have expressed interest, and one's an R and one's a D.
they
I'll
both
entertain.
have been very helpful on the parks, that's for sure, especially Daryl. He is our tinsmith up there, and he's big time with the History Museum over there, so I wouldn't have a problem with him. Trish, I know her and her husband's both really active in long-distance running, bicycling and everything. I know they're very pro Parks and Trails. So yeah, I know both of them. Yeah.
Everybody knows Darren Trish. And nobody knows the other one that I actually invited, but see if she was interested, because I didn't know we had, we were kind of short Democrats in the county. So, and I have a good friend that's a former teacher and former student teacher of mine that participates in our parks, but not, was interested, and it can probably be an asset. But we need to probably look at that person. Her name is Joyce Gilly, and she lives in Lake Edgewood, and is retired teacher from Morgan County, or from Mooresville, beloved, I might say. And so I'd like for us to take a look at her. And then I suppose we'll probably have some people, after the story gets to the paper, we haven't seen anything yet, but too much on the appointments. But of course, the council has two to make also. And we have 90 days to do it. I'd like to do it sooner than 90, get things rolling. So just mention that one person, and we see who else kind of shows the interest in doing it. Thanks, Keith.
Well, I mean, in theory, we can, at our next meeting in 2 weeks, vote on this.
I
and
think
then
it would
let's
be
get
next
with the
meeting would be
council
fine.
and see who, if they got some Rs and Ds.
I'm good with that.
And for clarification on this, because of the Rs and the Ds, the fifth appointment is not restricted to
It
the
is not.
voting record, right?
Nope, completely
Okay,
at the
I just wanted-
discretion
I
of,
wanted to clarify that. I know I talked to her the other day at the luncheon, and I don't know if she had someone in mind or not, and,
Is this Kim?
no,
Oh, I thought you meant at luncheon with
yeah, Reva, and,
Reva.
yeah, and I'll see
Oh,
if
sure.
she's leaning towards an R or a D, which would,
That
because
make
if
a
the
difference.
council doesn't have, because of the, getting all, the few Ds to volunteer on all these boards, you're almost labeled, if you're a Democrat here, you get asked to be on between the city boards and the county boards, and so if they don't have one, then maybe we do both. Maybe the council can take one of the Ds unless they've got their own. So that, we can fill that out and go from there. And we can vote, we'll give them a heads up so that they're ready for the next Tuesday.
Yeah, next Tuesday's when they meet. So.
Yep.
Well, but I'll tell them to have some names in mind for their appointment, and then the following Monday, we'll wrap it up and we're off the park board.
That sounds good.
Okay,
Sounds good to me.
Are we all in agreement on that? That sounds
I'm
good to
fine
you,
with
Kenny?
that. Yep.
Totally agree.
Moving right on along, Abby, SOP for E EMA.
Hello, Abby.
How are you guys? We have an SOP before you today. This is for WIA, or the Wireless Emergency Alerting. This is something that Emily and I are both authorized to do. There are a couple of courses that you have to take through FEMA, and then we have to get into compliance to be able to use WIA as a county. So this SOP is just part of kind of excelling beyond the current compliance requirements. And this is something that they ask us about, but it's not currently mandated. So we're just kind of posturing in case that becomes mandated. And it really just outlines how we develop those WIA messages, who is authorized to send them, and what that process and procedure should look like. So we're just asking that we get approval to put this into our EMA SOPs so that we have that as a point of reference.
And you're, this on the public alert notification, WEA? The only thing I'll say on the record, not knowing, normally I know everybody that's in here, but I don't recognize quite everyone today, but just as soon as I'm not in this position, make sure you change the passwords.
Okay. Got it. They should all be,
Huh?
but we'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
Okay.
I could have a lot of fun if I didn't have the consequences of being an elected official.
Noted.
Any questions?
Any more questions? Not, I'd entertain a motion.
Well, I don't have a motion quite yet because I'm looking at one sentence here and I'm not sure how you do it. On this section E, point A, it says the Morgan County Emergency Management is the underlined local public safety agency in Morgan County authorized to send geographically targeted text-like warning and messages to the public. What happens if another one shows up?
Yeah, so there can't be. That's IPAWS regulated as we understand it, where there is one point agency in a county, so that it is not, so that we don't run the risk of us sending an alert, plus Martinsville sending the same alert, plus Mooresville sending a similar alert. So all of those IPAWS messages or authorized users go through Morgan County EMA, and that's something that IPAWS itself has set up. That's not something that Morgan County has done, and we were granted that because we were the first ones to apply for an IPAWS license. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I.e., back to the public, the checks and balances of
Yep.
disgruntled commissioners sending out emergency texts.
Also true.
My badness ties it all back together.
Maybe we need to add a clause to the SOP, or
Yeah.
I'm sensing a theme here.
Any other questions for Abby on this?
No.
Not, I'd entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve the SOP changes.
We get a
Second.
first and a second by Mr. Adams and Mr. Collier. Any further questions from the board or from the audience? Not hearing none. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries 3-0. I believe you're with the regroup agreement as well, Abby?
Yeah, that is correct. So we are in the process, and I believe we spoke to you guys about it a couple of months ago. Currently, we use a platform called WINS to send both the IPAWS alerts as well as just generalized subscription-based alerts to the public. At the start of 2026, we're going to be transitioning to a different platform called Regroup. It is a more affordable option, but it also brings a lot of additional layers and capabilities that we can provide to the public while saving quite a few dollars. So we're excited to make that transition. But in part of that, we have several 5 to 7 users in our WINS platform. Those are like water utility companies, community-based groups who can send messages to subscription groups who want to get, like Morgantown, for example, has the authority to send messages, and that goes through their chief of police. This MOU that we're looking at, or that we're kind of requesting permission to put into place, just gives us guidance for those authorized users that if they do start to misuse this system, we can withdraw their access rapidly instead of getting kind of locked in a back and forth. It just gives us that capability to ensure that it's always being used appropriately. There was not any sort of MOU put into place when these authorized users began partnering with us. So we're looking at just doing this as part of the transition from WINS to Regroup, that they're doing this MOU at this time.
Abby, how come when you said if someone starts misusing it, everybody in the audience looked at me?
I have some theories that might reference 90 seconds ago.
If there's no questions, I'll make a motion that we accept the Morgan County Emergency Management Agency Memorandum of Understanding.
Second?
We got a motion and a second to approve this for EMA. Any further questions from the board or from the audience? I hear none. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Thank you, Abby.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, guys.
Justin in Bridge 29, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
About a week and a half ago, I believe I sent you all plans for Bridge 29. That was just to get you guys familiarized with the project and see if you had any comments or questions, just to give you a pinpoint of where we're at in the project right now. We're completing design, we're wrapping up the environmental document right now, and then we've also already moved utilities, purchased all the right-of-way for this project, so it is anticipated to go to bid in January through the NDOT process. So what I'm looking for today is your approval. We need some signatures on the title sheet there from you guys and myself. So if you feel so inclined to approve this, we will move it toward bid.
Any questions for Justin on this? Bridge 29.
What's the duration?
So right now, we're in talks with NDOT on setting the time. We're thinking April 1st closure through October 31st. So it's about a 6-month duration to get the bridge built.
Detour route's gonna be Railroad Road over to Wetstein, I'm
Yes, I
assuming?
believe, yes, yep. Mhm. Yeah, and right now, we're looking at about $1.2 million on the engineer's estimate for construction. So, good deal.
If there's no other questions for Justin, I'd entertain a motion approving this on Bridge 29.
I do have a generic question.
Sure.
When we replace these bridges, since bridge money's gonna get so tight, are we making these bigger for the farmers that are still out there? Because all their tractors are getting bigger, all their combine heads are getting bigger, everything's getting bigger.
Yes, we are. So every bridge that is going in new is going in at a 28-foot clear roadway width, which is larger than what they normally are now. So,
I thought so.
Good question.
I wanted to kind of make that let the public know that when we do go to replace this,
thinking of the future when we're doing it.
We're not
yes.
replacing necessarily as much as we're also improving.
Exactly, yep.
Brian Kyer makes a motion that we go forward with the proposal on Bridge 29.
We got a motion by Mr. Carter to go forward on Bridge 29. I'll second the motion. Any further questions from the board or the audience? Not hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you. And Deb, I have an official title sheet for signatures I'll give to you. Thank you.
Thank you. EMS, Brent, take on vehicle. Guess we have a new deputy director, it sounds like. I believe that's the position. Forgive me if it's not, Brent.
Yeah, good morning. First of all, what you have before you is the customary application for a take-home vehicle for the new EMS Chief of Operations. Eric started with us 2 weeks ago, and he's here today so he can introduce himself to you, and if you have questions for him, but pretty customary application for that position. Right now, he is commuting from Lafayette. There's no intentions to use the vehicle to take home to Lafayette. He's looking for housing here. He's real close to it, actually, and once he lands that down, then he'll use the vehicle locally. So, Eric?
Thanks, Brett. Thank you for having me here, Board of Commissioners. Thank you, Brett, for the opportunity to get back here in Indiana. I am originally from Lafayette, Tippecanoe County. My journey's kind of taken me several places. I'm a Purdue grad, so I know I'm close to IU. So, yeah, it's great to be home. My journey's taken me from Wisconsin to the Middle East for almost 8 years. Most recently just came back from Massachusetts, where I was working for a regional EMS. We decided it was time to get back home to Indiana over the summer, and thanks for the opportunity. I look forward to being a part of the county and the growing great system that's already in place. So thank you. If you had any questions.
Thank you. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
I'm always kind of suspect of a man who's been all around the world like this and then has a New Hampshire driver's license.
Right, yeah, I worked in Massachusetts, but,
Yeah.
we lived right across the border in New
Well, do you
Hampshire.
live free or die?
What's that?
Do you live free or die?
Yeah, it's still on the plate,
I
so.
think that's on the license
Yeah,
plates.
that's their claim to fame.
Oh, yeah, they're all about it. Well, congratulations on returning to
Yeah, it's great to be back.
one of the better
here.
spots in Morgan County. I think you'll enjoy it here.
Yeah, I will, thank you.
Thank you.
No other questions or comments? I'd entertain a motion on the application for the take-home vehicle when he gets there.
So move.
Second the motion. Any further questions from the board? Not hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Deb's got us a tort claim that's owed, that she's not for sure whether we rectified or not, and talked with Ann right before the meeting. I know there's been a couple, one down at Brown's Crossing involving a tree, and then this one here on Cedarview Drive involving a tree. The damage amount's only $40. Justin, I don't know if you want to speak to this. I don't see Eddie here. If I remember right, this is a tree that was in the right-of-way, and they did this, and he's wanting damages in the amount of $40, if I remember right.
Justin, did you get a copy of this?
Probably not.
You may want
I will apologize, I do not know really anything
Okay,
about this, but
I didn't know if you did or not.
I couldn't remember, because I knew we had one, 'cause Commissioner Collier had asked, on a amount this low, can we just pay it? And then in discussion, it came up that it was cutting of a tree that was in our right-of-way. So, and you remembered, I don't know, Deb, was this put in front of us before and discussed?
This is the same one?
I'll look back through my save, 'cause I make notes on the agenda and I save them and I'll look back.
Where's the street at?
It's up in Mooresville area.
Cedar View Drive.
The other one was down in Brown's Crossing. I know that got taken care of, but this one I don't think has.
Yeah, the other one was,
I was just reaching out to you, Justin, and see if you remembered this one. If this was-
So I do remember, I remember this scenario. We paved through there. There was a tree in the utility strip, which is between the sidewalk and the curving of the road. And we took it out because it was going to cause damage to the road if the roots grew up and damaged the pavement and everything.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yep.
Was in our right of way?
Yep.
Well, forget it.
I'm not legal counsel, but if you open up this can of worms,
I believe that's what we said in the last
you've
discussion.
hog-tied commissioners for years to come.
That was my concern about
I'll
paying
make
it.
the motion that we deny the claim.
It's actually been deemed denied at this point, hasn't it?
Deb didn't have it that way.
Until we deny it.
I think after so many days, it's deemed denied, but I have to research that.
I couldn't see anything from this.
Want to double it this away?
Yeah, that's fine. You can go ahead and
I'll
deny it.
second the motion. Any further questions from the board? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries
Sorry to put
3-0.
you on the spot.
Yeah, no, I stand by the vote.
Anything else needs to come for the board?
Things for the good of the county before we adjourn, very briefly. One is the season of festivals, and I congratulate or commend the correspondent for their following those things. And I especially want to mention, for the record, I suppose, that the Monrovia one's next Saturday, I think. And my aunt, 100-year-old aunt, is going to be the parade marshal. And I think that's wonderful. The other thing for the good of the county, and there's all kinds of good festivals coming this fall in Morgan County. Chris, you'll enjoy it. The other item that I want to mention is for the good of the county is that most people aren't aware, but I think that they should take cognizant of, or take recognition of the fact that when we built this addition, one of the things that we encouraged to have happen has happened this week. If you saw the big trucks and the crane, but they put we now have solar on the whole roof of the county administration, or the judicial campus, sorry, which will supplement our electric bill. And I think that the greener we can get, the better it will be. So I just want to mention that so the public knows that they're in our mind. We can't do that on the new courthouse or the renovated old courthouse, the historic courthouse, but we sure did it on this one. And I'm glad we did. That's all I have.
Anything else? Not hearing none, I'd entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Got a motion, a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion passed 3-0, we're adjourned.